Last match of Get Good. This is going to be um, No Diff Unks against Rush Hour. So these two teams have completely different trajectories. Here, we have the best team in the league, undefeated, undisputed champions, going up here against one of the worst. Bastion, fall from grace. Last season, he was on a top team. This season, he's a big loser, and that is a huge pickup for both teams here. Soldier 76 and a Rhine coming out from the secondary bots, or from the mystery bots. We'll see how this goes. Two Rhines is crazy though. We are going to have, however, Rush Hour. We know they have three of the best characters. Actually, almost four top tier heroes. They do have that Zen Lucio. Lucio and May got the championship. Zen has a championship under his belt, so really just a stacked roster all around here. We will see if Rush Hour can just continue their dominance over this league. The Rhines going ham. This is complete pandemonium here. Just looking over this Rush Hour roster again, and I'm like, wow, this is one of the best rosters we've ever had assembled in Overbots, I'm pretty sure. Let me go look at those team rosters again. This team is just insane. Zen does fall down here, though. So, a little bit of an opening, but the Rhines are just working so well here to keep No Diff Unks out of here. Man, this team is going to be a tough nut to crack. I don't know if any team in the league can currently match up to just the raw power of Rush Hour this season. I'm not too sure if we're going to see anyone beating this team this season. Here comes. Oh, the Ana is going to be taken for a long ride. She's going to go down to that Rhine. There is one Rhine pretty low out here. Zen and, let's see, it looks like most of them are playing back here. Zen should fall here. Rhine does get that pin, a crucial pin. Going to be able to find that Bastion too, and it's looking like a Rush Hour will just continue moving forward here. So Ana going to be spawning in just now. The rest of her team should be back shortly, and they are. No Diff Unks. Honestly, I don't know if I need to commentate too much on this one, guys. This is looking exactly like how we would assume this matchup would go. Just knowing how strong Rush Hour is. So far, it actually does look winnable here for... Oh, but the... May very low on the low ground here, but I think she is just going to be able to live. Bastion not quite finishing off that kill. He's just sitting there. Ryan actually misses the pin, but Bastion is going to fall regardless because of that Zen Discord and the collapse from the remaining members of Rush Hour. May going to remove that Ana, and that is just going to be it. So 2 whole points given over here already. 4 minutes, almost 5, well, basically 5 minutes on the clock here for Rush Hour to push this thing all the way through. Both of these Rhines just putting on an absolute clinic so far. Have either of them fallen? One Rhine has fallen. Absolutely insane here. Okay, Bastion looking to come back. Comes the Rhine pin. It's going to go a little wide here. Bastion's going to get very low. He's going to trade with that Zen. Come the members of Rush Hour. They are in the small room. Can they get anything done here? No. They will just back out. looks like Rush Hour is going to probably win this thing. They have 2 support ults to work with. They only need to take a little bit more, and they are doing just that, continuing this very strong push from Rush Hour. Bastion's doing all he can in his turret form. However, there are 5 members up on the other side, and his days are numbered. So there we go. Not quite going to be it, though. Winston going to be the one to fall here. And that should just be it. So full cap here from Rush Hour. The most dominant team in the league just continues to smash here. The next one we're going to be looking forward to after this one is Blazing Magi versus Moldy Milkers. That one is a very interesting one because I believe Blazing Magi have the opportunity. They have the opportunity to clinch their playoff spot for the first time in our in my team's history. So see if Note of Unks can come back here on Rialto, but man, I just don't think it's happening. I just don't think it's happening. Let's look at the stat board for a little longer, shall we? So, red team, aka Rush Hour, has only 9 deaths in comparison to what is that? 34? 33 deaths on No Defunks. And it's starting again immediately here on this defense for Rush Hour. Two Rhines being alive on this point doesn't get any easier. Does not get any easier. So eventually, a boop kill by Lucio. Eventually the kills will come through here for No Defunk, so they are eventually going to start pushing this thing. They just have so much work to do. Does May, okay, she doesn't quite go into that. If May wins a 1v1 at long range against an Ashe, okay. Zen's coming in here. He's just going to sacrifice his life. So a few sacrificial lambs coming through here for Rush Hour. Not exactly the greatest play. Lucio going to lose his life for that. And the Rhines eventually are probably just going to fall here. I can't see them 2v5ing this. Ashe does get herself killed, but that's not going to be enough. So No Defunks will continue pushing this thing forward. Rush Hour just steamrolled the offense, though. Looking to avoid getting steamrolled themselves here. Ryan does have that shatter. Look out for that. He does hit at least one. Does clean up that Bastion. 3 members already down. A 4th one going to fall with that Rhine. And that should just be it. So Winston also fell. Should see a couple more pushes coming out from No Defunks here. They are wrapping around. Unfortunately, Ana is going to be the first one to fall here for Notifunks. Winston going to go down to that Rhine pin in the back line, and that's just going to be it. So, very quick cleanup here for Rush Hour. They're going to be able to pick up the Soldier. The best team in the league, continuing to show their dominance this season. They have been denied time and time again through Seasons 1 and Season 2, but this time around, Rush Hour is looking like absolutely the best team in the league. It's just head and shoulders above every other team in this format. And Notifunks can't even get into this one. 20 seconds remain. Notifunks only gonna have a couple more pushes here. Winston getting in low. He's just gonna fall. And that will just be it. So not enough work here done by Notifunks at all. They get completely dominated here by Rush Hour. Even with that nice soldier bot. It's just so far over. 1-0 Rush Hour. This is how we anticipate this match to go. Good start for the best team in the league. Double Rhine, definitely a boon. In the bot format, one of the best tanks we have, if not the best. He's certainly making the case for it this season. Last season, it was, well, I don't know who the best tank was last season. Because the tank didn't even win over bots last season. But Ryan is making a name for himself. We're going to be going to Colosseo. This should wrap up a little bit quicker, hopefully, than Rialto. I do want to get into that next match. I want to see my team. See if they're just as good as I left them on that patch, or if they have fallen. Have not seen them since. It'll be really interesting to see how they shape up against Moldy Milkers, which I believe Hanzo has received some buffs. I think Reaper might be a little stronger too. We'll see how Moldy Milkers are doing. They look like a good team too. I'm just really concerned about Tracer because she seems to be killing herself in some of these bot matches, and I'm a little bit worried that's going to translate over to the real Tracer bot and not just the randomized one. So we're going to have Hog here, another brutal tank to deal with. Have a Genji, a solid DPS option. I just don't know if it's going to be enough. They might get the Nano Blade out here. We'll see. Hog is a brutal addition, though. Alright. Rush Hour. Looking to continue their absolute dominance in this league. Right. Getting stuck on a particle. Hog slept in the back line. A big anti coming through from Ana, but ooh, they do end up cleaning up the Zen off that. So 1-for-1 trade. However, Ana's going to be the next to fall, and the Roadhog is just going ham. And May got 2 more. So that Rush Hour doing what they do best. Strangely enough, triple tanks have not been quite as dominant this season as that one team showed last season. There's 2 triple tank teams in the league this season. Logi Swords looking like a solid contender, but not the best. And AI not looking like a contender at all, really. So, triple tank might not be the way to go. Triple DPS compositions have seemed to be working. Two supports and a tank and a DPS seems to be very solid. And with that extra tank bot, they're just like rolling. Although Zen and Lucio, I think, are very good supports. I think they might be the best 2 supports. because they do damage and healing. Oh, wow, Ryan, perfect pin to take the Genji right out of there. And this is just looking like Rush Hour's gonna... Rush Hour's full clear in here. So triple DPS just not working out here this season. Although my roster is a triple DPS roster, and we seem to be decent. Right, I have triple DPS. Triple DPS, random tank, and my support Curie, which basically quad DPS. Alright, here we go. Rush Hour looking to go up 2-0 in this one. Hopefully bring us to a quick 3-0. Rialto, of course, was a bit of a long one. Just because they attack first. Only a bit longer here to go for Rush Hour to bring this up to 2-0. It just doesn't even look close here for No Diff Unks. They've just had an incredibly rough season. I think Ana and Winston are some of the lowest rated bots. So having both of them on the same team is just kind of unfortunate for No Diff Unks squad. So even, I mean, Ashe is not ideal either. But neither was Tracer. So that is a 2-0 lead here for Rush Hour. This is very much anticipated and a continuation of what was this season. It just looks exactly the same. Rush Hour looking like they haven't lost anything since the patch. So the team that looked like they were going to be the champions this season still looking the same here. It's got to be a good sight for the team leader, Che11 to see. Only has to secure Hollywood now, so it's going to be another long map. Okay. It's okay. It's got to lock in, chat. We just got to lock in. Okay, let me do something real quick. Oh, Ramatra ooh, Cass. Cass could be a savior here. We'll see. No, Ramatra's a very good tank, though. I think this just gets shut down. With the double Western surprise here from the Ash Cassidy. First time we've ever seen Bastion not on a good, like, struggling in overbots. I will say he's just had a rough season. Just not on the greatest team this season, unfortunately, for that character. Has a lot of success under his belt, but just not this season. Oops. Did not mean to go through there. Some trades majorly going to favor Rush Hour here. Going to lead to this first point take. And man, I just don't see a world in which No Diff Unks are going to be stopping this Rush Hour squad. They are just so dominant. The disparity between these teams, this is one of, if not the worst teams in the league versus the best. So Rush Hour going to continue dominating here. They're going around that right side of the building. Try to see if they can come in here. They're not gonna. I guess it's not a good idea to say right or left because it changes depending on how you're looking at it, huh? Okay. Anyways. Rush Hour just completely smashing No Defunks right now. Doesn't even look close. A total of 9 eliminations, which are probably shared on the side of No Defunks. Some of them anyways. The zoning Cassidy'll will at least give him a little bit of time to set up on this point. Zen going to be the first to fall here. It's a pretty big pick. However, the trade's going to favor Rush Hour as they pick up a quick 3, and that should just be it. Winston going to be the last thing to fall here. Rush Hour just not, No Defunks just not able to do quite enough here against this very, very powerful Rush Hour squad. On this final point, over 4 minutes left. Oh, good chunk over. Dynamite kill. Here comes the Ramatra ult. This could be a huge turnaround. However, the ultimates seemingly favoring Rush Hour here. No Defunks. Well, maybe No Defunks will win this. Maybe not. Ana somehow still alive. Oh, she is going to fall eventually. Bastion going to go down next, and maybe Rush Hour will just complete the map here. We'll see. Only a little bit farther here for Rush Hour to go. However, Ash did pick up that Zen. Comes the Bob. It is very deep in there. Can it get any value? It is looking at the Ramatra currently. Not quite able to find anything with that Bob. However, Bastion able to pick up Lucio here. Ash will fall. Ryan getting very low on the outside looking in. Not gonna fall though, so doing a great job at keeping themselves alive. Okay, Ramatra gonna fall, but it's a 2v4 here. And Bastion gonna be taken out by that Zen. Ryan just needs to push this payload a little bit farther forward. He does pick up that Ash, and that is just gonna be it. So Rush Hour gonna complete another full map here. No Defunks just have to hope they don't get full held, but it's looking like that's probably going to be the case. And this is probably going to be a 3-0 Rush Hour. Very much anticipated. I'm pretty sure this is almost certainly going to lock Rush Hour as the #1 seed for this playoff set. They will be playing the #2 team in Never Back Down. So the Get Good #1 seed will play the #2 seed in Never Back Down in playoffs. So that could be either Loki Swords or Blazing Magi. I do believe, depending on how the seeding works out there, those teams very close in power. However, I don't think either of those teams have the caliber they need to take out Rush Hour. They have just been so strong this season. If they fell in playoffs, it would be probably the biggest throw ever in Overbot's league history. On the other hand, No Defunks, they have to look forward to a let me look at the thing before I say this. But I believe they have a very good chance at getting first pick of next season. Stay away from that Winston. Let me go look at the standings real quick. Yes, No Defunks are currently the worst team in the league, record-wise. Yep. And No Defunks are spending the first 30 seconds of this match stuck in spawn. Not a great start for a team that's already struggling. What are they? What? Is this waving the white flag? I think this is. I think this is a surrender. I think we are seeing. Oh, okay. No, they are moving. Maybe. We might be seeing a surrender in Overbots. This is a minute and a half off the board due to just pushing up here. Crazy work. And they all died to Reinhardt. Winston, the only thing left. Rush Hour. Absolute powerhouse. What are we witnessing? Another slow push up. Comes with the DPS. They are just going to get shredded again as they funnel through. Ana going to be the first to fall. Cassidy going down soon after, and that's just going to be it. So don't Defunks get diffed again. That should just be the Winston's life, and oh my word, this is disgusting. 22-0 for Mei. Mei has not received a death in the lobby yet. Mei maybe a little bit slept on in Overbots. She is on a championship roster from last season. She could very well have her second championship this season. That will just be it. So 50 seconds on the clock, but no Devunks just haven't been putting up a fight at all here. That will probably just be it. The most unsurprising match of Overbots we've had yet. 3-0 in a very dominant fashion on all three maps. Wasn't even a semblance of hope here for Notifunks. Okay, this is their semblance of hope, but there is a Ramacher ult online. They are going to be able to clean that up. However, Mei is still here. And the rest of the members are pretty low here on the side of... Does Mei fall here? Okay, actually. She's not quite dead yet. She's coming back. She is going to pop the freeze, however, she's not touching the point. They are going to vacate the premises, and Rush Hour is back, and that is just... Oh, okay, so this is their semblance of hope, but it's going to fall quickly here as Rush Hour comes through. They almost do take that first point, so they're not quite completely hopeless here for Notifunks, but they are going to fall eventually, as Mei did a little bit of stalling there for Rush Hour to come back in and take their 3-0, so very dominant as we expected. Thanks for watching. We'll go on to the next one.